Chapter 10. Blood in the courtyard. The LeBlanc mansion's masked ball wound down as midnight tolled, its grandeur fading like a dream. The string quartet's final notes hung in the air, drowned by the clatter of champagne flutes and the rustle of silk as guests drifted toward the exits. Outside, the French Quarter's Mardi Gras revelry raged on, parade drums echoing from St. Charles Avenue, their rhythm a pulse beneath the stars. The mansion's chandeliers dimmed, casting long shadows over masked faces, their secrets heavier than the beads around their necks. Julien Dubois and Celeste Moreau lingered in the ballroom's shadowed alcove, their eyes scanning the departing crowd. The cryptic note, "Leave the moon alone, or join its shadow," burned in Julien's pocket, its warning a splinter in his mind. Margot Thibodeau, the cabaret singer with her crescent moon mask, had vanished into the mansion's halls, her trail cold. Vincent Devereaux, the charming tycoon, had slipped away too, his absence as deliberate as his earlier presence. Julien's scar itched, his instincts screaming that the night wasn't done with them. "We should follow Margot," Celeste whispered, her sapphire gown catching the lamplight, her filigree mask tucked into her clutch. "She knows something, Julien." That look she gave Devereaux wasn't just flirtation. Julien nodded, his domino mask discarded, his tuxedo rumpled from the night's tension. "Agreed, but we need to be careful. That note wasn't a prank. Someone's watching us." They moved toward the mansion's rear, where French doors opened to a courtyard cloaked in jasmine and moonlight. The air was cool, scented with damp earth and the faint tang of spilled wine. Live oaks draped in Spanish moss framed the space, their branches swaying like specters. A fountain burbled at the center, its marble cherubs glistening. The courtyard was empty, the ball's din muffled, but Julien's hand rested on the revolver beneath his jacket, his senses razor-sharp. Celeste froze, her breath catching. "Julien," she hissed, pointing to the fountain's base. A body lay slumped against the marble, half hidden by shadows. A man, his white hair stark against a blood-soaked shirt, his face covered by a grotesque papier-mâché mask, red and gold leering, with a crescent moon etched on its forehead. The leather straps were knotted tightly, the stab wound in his chest precise, a mirror of Levine and Thibodeau. Julien crouched, his gloved fingers confirming the victim's identity. Judge Antoine Leclerc, a pillar of the city's judiciary, known for his iron rulings and whispered ties to the elite. "Third one," Julien muttered, his voice grim. "Same mask, same strike. This isn't random, Celeste. They're carving through the city's power, banker, councilman, now a judge." Celeste's notebook was out, her pencil trembling as she sketched the scene. "Leclerc was at the Comas ball," she said, her voice steady despite her pale face. "And the Cabildo? He's on that guest list I showed you. Whoever's doing this, they're hunting the elite, and they're bold enough to kill here during the ball." Julien's gaze swept the courtyard, noting the gate to the street, ajar, and the scuff marks in the dirt, fresh, hurried. The killer had struck in the ball's final moments, slipping away as guests departed. He stood, his jaw tight. "They're not just bold. They're mocking us. 3 murders, 3 masks, all tied to these balls. The order's behind this, and they're not done." A patrolman's whistle shrilled from the street, signaling the arrival of police, summoned by a servant's scream. Julien pulled Celeste back as lanterns bobbed closer, illuminating the corpse's grotesque mask. "We need to get out of here," he said, his voice low. "Cops'll swarm this place, and we can't be caught in the middle." Celeste tucked her notebook away, the amulet at her throat glinting. "What's next, detective?" "Margot." "Devereaux." Julien lit a cigarette, the match flaring against the night. "Both. And that note's sender. Someone in that ballroom knew we were coming, and they're scared enough to warn us or kill us." He exhaled smoke, the crescent moon above a silent witness. "We're getting closer, Celeste. Too close." As they slipped through the gate, the mansion's lights flickered out, the courtyard's blood a stain on the night. The killer was steps ahead, their trail marked by masks and death, and Julien knew the next move could be their last.